Hey buddy, this is Stormy with the capital Z. Welcome to another WarCraft 3 audio commentary. This time around we shall be going over a game on Concealed Hill. This is a request game, by the way. It was requested by Fujino, who is playing as the Blue Nidal player at the bottom left. He will be playing up against MrStormyZ, who is also known as Krutonz, if I'm not mistaken. This is a game from GNL, which is the Gym Newbie League. And okay, earlier this wasn't working out, now it's actually working out. So we're gonna increase the opacity of this thing and hold on. There we go. That covers up. Well, it's covering up some important data as well, but it's at least covering up the timer, so we don't know. Well, we'll be safe from spoilers at least. So it's going to be Pink Human versus Blue Night Elf on Concealed Hill. This is one of the newer maps which came into existence after one of the latest patches. It is something that I still have to do my research on. You have this big ogre camp in the middle, which is the only non-mirrored camp throughout the whole map. You also got a natural expansion, you got turtle camps up here, you got some default stuff, default orange camps which you usually have on other maps as well. We have the Ancient of War and the Archer ready, and the creeping will begin for the Nidal player. So will the human player begin his stuff as soon as he has the Archmage ready. Wisp coming in to scout around a bit. Footman spotting it, chasing it off away, but Wisp is going to be getting back in there and getting the very also necessary information for the Nidal player. Human player heading in for some power creeping at this orange camp. Yeah, that's an orange camp. That's going to be bringing him closer to level 2. Not going to give him level 2, of course, at the start. We got Gloves of Haste on the Nidal player, and the human player got a Circlet. Not too bad. Now going to their respective green camps to finish off that experience bar and finally hit level 2 on the heroes. That's going to be giving the Keeper of the Grove entangling roots, hopefully. Well, of course, entangling roots. You wouldn't be going for Tone's Aura, not in this patch, I guess. Not in this kind of a matchup. Keep coming in. Tier 2 has begun for both of the players. Nidal player slightly ahead, like any other usual human versus Nidal's game. Well, the game was lagging a lot when we started it off in 1280 by 720 resolution, but it's just fine if I switch it back to 1920 by 1080, which is kind of weird. 1280 is supposed to be the lower resolution. That's where it's supposed to consume lower data, lower everything, but it doesn't make sense to me at all. I don't know how that works out, as both of the players are practically creeping out identical camps, mirrored camps on each side. Blacksmith coming up for the human player, as we know that in this patch the meta has changed drastically. Well, not in this patch, I mean it has changed since the past years or so. We have Keeper of the Grove, which is a pretty staple for the Nidal player against against all races, we could say. And humans, well, the only thing humans are going for is Riflemen. Yeah, patch 1.30 Riflemen, patch 1.31 Riflemen, Riflemen own, Riflemen win, and also some priests. Tower is set up also, although he is not upgrading it. He does have enough lumber for that, and I'm not exactly sure why you want to save up the lumber unless and until you want to plan out an expansion, but you usually don't go for tier 2 if you plan an expansion. Archmage coming in, going to deal some damage on the Nidal player's Moonwells, going after the Wisps. Wisps hightailing out of there. Keeper of the Grove is pretty far away from the base, although he does have a staff of teleportation. He can get back there, use some entangling roots, use those treants, and well, okay, so that's not his idea. He's going to go and give the human player a taste of his own medicine. He's going to be attacking the peasants while the human player is attacking his gold mine. Uh-oh, this is going to be pretty devastating. He hasn't been repairing it yet. Uh-oh, 50% down. This is not looking good. And he is still at the human player's base. Uh-oh, he's also losing archers over there to the militiamen. But one more thing is that the Nidal player is still having his economy going, but the human player's economy has stopped. Those workers aren't collecting any resources, but the Nidal player's gold is still going on. Some wisps dying over there, but the gold mine is still up. And the Nidal player, actually, I would say that the Nidal player got the better exchange in this whatever happened so far. Now finally pulling out all of the wisps and repairing that entangled up gold mine. Now finally using the staff of teleportation. I was about to say TP, but no. He came back in with the staff of teleportation. Treants coming in, going to attack those footmen and Archmage, focusing down that entangled gold mine. Rifleman, first rifleman on the field, and oh, that entangled gold mine went down. That is not good at all. Both of the players got their second hero, and they're having sort of a melee over here. Alchemist destroyed that under construction arcade vault. That's going to be denying the human player of some advantage, some definite advantage that he could have had if he had that arcane vault. The Alchemist almost died over there, but he can still die. Mountain King so close. If he launches the Stormbolt, he's in range. Oh, nicely done. Blocked by those archers. Stormbolt on the archer, and well, archer basically scapegoated in that whole scenario. Used the archer, sacrificed it, and let the Alchemist live, which is definitely what you want to do in a situation like that. Night player retreating back to the base, and now we might want to consider this whole scenario. Night player managed to take out a number of peasants back at the human player's base, and the human player was not having a little melee over here. We're gonna have to discuss that in a bit. Stormbolt on the KOTG. KOTG surrounded. This is not looking good. Not looking good at all. He does have a TP. He can easily TP back, but Stormbolt, he's down. He is down. A surround coming up on the Alchemist. Not enough mana anymore on the Mountain King for Stormbolt, and yeah, it is debatable on who got the better exchange of that earlier whole scenario, base trade kind of scenario, where both of the players were attacking each other's economy, those peasants and those wisps. We got some acid bomb being thrown over there on the footies, and here comes the Alchemist. Alchemist reaching level 2, Chemical Rage, going after the weak footmen, and he managed to take out 3 of them. Like, that was pretty quick. Going after the 4th one, but yeah, as a human player, you want to lose the footmen, but of course you don't want to lose them to the enemy, because that's going to be giving the enemy experience points. If one of them is weak, just send them out and let them die in the wild to the creeps and something, because that's gonna be giving the enemy team experience, and that's never good for you. Alchemist being attacked, and well, of course that's not looking good. One more acid bomb being thrown. That archer is still on the field and still attacking that footman. Footman goes down. Chemical Rage, Alchemist, but at what cost? He's like at 80 HP, and Dryad. Oh, when did he make these? Well, he made those things, and he has Dryads on the field now. Dryads against Riflemen. Well, we know who's gonna win when you have a scenario of a Dryads versus Riflemen. They're gonna be useful, but you're gonna need more than just Dryads. You're gonna need those Mountain Giants to back them up, or rather maintain the front line. In other words, yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. You're gonna have to need them. Mountain Giants to maintain the front line, but oh damn, Alchemist went down. Alchemist came into the fight with pretty low HP, but I mean, that was just a bad move. That was just a all-round bad move, and he ended up losing a lot. Looking at the levels, the Archmage is already level 4, and well, he doesn't have a TP. And Mountain King has no items whatsoever, but it has almost a full tank of mana. That's gonna be giving him a lot of Stormbolts. Stormbolt on Califax, the KOTG, trying to go for a surround, but oh, Dryad, sneaky little Dryad, paid the price for trying to backdoor that fight over there. Stormbolt on the Keeper, trying to surround it, blocked and taken out. GG by Fujino. Well, good game. Kind of one-sided after that exchange. And now what I was talking about, you know what? We can literally just go back to the same thing. And I could explain what I was talking about, since we already saw the whole game. I don't think you guys would mind me speeding up this whole little exchange that we had here.
Ready to work, ready to work, ready to work, ready to work, ready to work.
Oh man, this is kind of difficult. Yeah, I want to change my perspective to a referee. Okay, there we go. And bringing this back down here. There we go. So, that little scenario that we had where both of the players were attacking each other's economy, each other's villagers, wisps, gold collectors, wood collectors, or whatever you want to call them. We had this little scenario. Yeah, this scenario right here. Bring it back to there we go. So yeah, this little scenario where we had the Nidal player attacking the human player's economy. The human player actually reached the Nidal player's base first, so Krutonz was well ahead in that assault. As far as Fujino goes, he reached the human base a bit later, but he got the advantage when the human player was forced to retrieve all of his peasants. That halted the economy for a pretty long time here, and during that long time both of them were microing, of course. He was also microing and saving his base. Now one thing you want to do is, yeah, this thing. You want to put the stronger wisp out, repair it with that stronger wisp, and put the weaker wisp inside. That's a little trick that pros do. You want to keep doing that. Now on the human player's base, well, everything stopped. There's no production, there's no economy. So what option does he have? He goes for a desperate move, and the desperate move is take out the Nidal player's economy as well. Hurt that like pretty hard, while he only has like you can see 4 peasants left. He is producing more, of course, but he has his whole army. The alchemist managed to destroy the vault, but if the alchemist actually escaped at this point, it would have been a bit different. Oh, wait a second, he did escape. That's my mistake. That's my big mistake, sorry. So the alchemist did manage to escape. I remember the alchemist going all the way back to the base and surviving this whole thing. And this archer's gonna dart to the Stormbolt. KOTG still stays there, and now, yeah, what's basically going on is you already have, okay, he now planted those Ancient of Lores towards the expansion point, and those sneaky little Ancient of Lores, of course. There's no shop over here at the Nidal player's base. That's gonna set him back a bit, and he only is just getting back his entangled gold mine. So he had no gold coming in until this particular point of the game, and that was a big setback for him. He managed to do the same to the human player a bit while ago, but it came down to who just not really getting the word for it. It comes down to who handled that situation better, who handled his army better, and I would say yes, the human player definitely handled his army in a better way. All of his units were alive, he was still producing, and the thing was, The Nile player only just got his economy back, and well, he got it back. And yeah, you had this little scenario here where he actually managed to take out 5 footmen, but yes, you of course want to lose footmen as a human player. Not to the enemy, but nonetheless it did the job for him, and he could train riflemen. If the human player only had footmen in the scenario like this, and we had the similar fight, footmen may have not fared, Dryads may have not fared that well versus footmen with defend. Although we have seen Dryads taking out a lot of footmen before. But yeah, this is the biggest mistake. You send in the alchemist with like no HP and it goes down, and there we go. It's GG. So game number 1 goes to Krutonz. And let's see what happens in game number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed the game, and I'll see you guys in the next one.